Good morning, my good friends. Welcome to my channel. Welcome. Good morning. Welcome to my channel. Let me introduce myself. My name is Andre Lefevre. And I like mouthing off on things political, things cultural, things interesting. I am a citizen journalist. My website is wildnews.us. Wildnews.us. Today I want to discuss a subject that's difficult to discuss. The truth of the subject are difficult to discuss because many generations have been poisoned by the cultural Marxist propaganda, by the cultural Marxism in the United States. And the subject is the relations between the genders in the United States. The well has been poisoned, and the well has been poisoned bad. About a year ago, I did a series of videos criticizing an internet movement of men called MGTOW, Men Going Their Own Way, a man-hating group, and I got a lot of blowback. For a reason that are only known to our creator, I'm getting a lot of traffic on those videos right now and getting more blowback from the MGTOWs. I'd like to play you a video that seems to spark the most outrage among MGTOWs, and then I will read some of the comments, and then I'll give you some new thoughts on the subject of gender relations and where we're going with this. So let it rip. Here we go. And I have been having a verbal battles with the gentleman of MGTOW. MGTOW stands for Men Going Their Own Way, and it's a woman-hating group. It's a group of men who decided that women are bad, that women are after their money and after their feelings, and they decided that they are not worth dealing with anymore. So they want to withdraw, and they want nothing to do with women. I have to confess that I've been following MGTOW movement for about 5 years. And originally I found the MGTOW ideas very provocative, very attractive, very new. MGTOW were the first to crystallize and identify the problems of gynocentrism. They were very, very specific in describing how the laws unfairly treat men in divorce proceedings and in workplaces. However, I had to part intellectually with MGTOW when MGTOW decided to withdraw from women and blame women for those inequities. It is my belief that women have nothing to do with gynocentrism. Let me repeat that. It is my belief that women have nothing to do with gynocentrism. Women are as much victims of it as some men think that they are. Our society is being run by cultural and political elite. Those are children of wealthy parents, super wealthy. They created their own banking system that's run by them, for them. They successfully, over a few generations, were able to separate psychologically and politically and culturally men from women. Women's movement was created by men of the elite, not by women. It was created for one purpose and one purpose only, to break up a family unit. As long as there was a family unit, women were submitted to their husbands and devoted and supported their husbands in all political endeavors. When political elites were able to separate women from men, women became a compliant voting bloc, goose-stepping for collectivists. Now, MGTOW thinks that by withdrawing, men are going to somehow have women miss them, and women will come back to the fold. or man will be able to live fulfilling life with silicone dolls and by creating babies through surrogates? I don't think so. My fellow MGTOWs, I don't think so. We, middle-class men of the West, are in the process of being replaced. Look what's going on with Europe and migrants. Look what's going on in North America and illegal immigrants. Let me stop this. So this was one of the videos that I made, and recently I got some blowback, and this is from somebody goes by DMark1. Hi Andre, you're almost correct. MGTOW does not hate women. MGTOW hates feminism. Feminism is the root of the problem. I'll get back to this. This one is from Scott Werberger. MGTOW isn't about hating women. It is about staying away from divorce court and being raped legally. It is about saying, if I can't win, I'm not playing. There are many similar comments that I am getting. Well, let me say this. There's some fallacies in what MGTOW propagandized. First, very few divorce proceedings end up in men losing all their wealth. Maybe 1 in 1,000. I don't know. Even fewer than that. Usually, in a divorce proceeding, both parties lose everything they earned. The house is sold. All the savings they go to usually lawyers, and both parties lose a lot. Only in a very few cases you have egregious examples when a woman and her children live in the same house and the man is living in squalor and paying for all of it. That's more of an exception than a rule. Actually, it is an exception than the rule. Furthermore, in ultra-progressive states like California and New York, women get the short end of the stick too. If they marry men who make less money than they are, men are capable of getting spousal supports from women. That's somewhat rare, but it exists. So the whole idea that if you marry a woman, you're going to be raped by the court system, it is possible, but it is not. It's by no means, if you defend yourself, it's going to happen. Now, I think that you need to look at the bigger picture. MGTOW and feminism are the same ideologies, just same collectivist ideology. One hates women and thinks women as a block are being victimized, and MGTOW thinks men as a block are being victimized. I'm really changed my opinion on MGTOW. I don't even think it's a grassroots movement. I think MGTOW is an artificial construct by the collectivists, by the progressive left, with only one goal: to destroy the credibility of one woman, one man, family. And let's face it, gents, the only way a man can achieve happiness is being the head of the household and have a loyal wife at home. And ladies, the only way you can achieve happiness is having a family to run the household, have a loving husband, and take care of the kids. And all the feminist protestations and all the liberal MGTOW protestations are just confessions of inadequacy. Why am I saying both feminism and MGTOW come from the point of inadequacy? Is because to be happy takes work. Nothing good comes easy. For a man to build a family, you have to build a career, build a business. You have to have some solid foundation, financial foundation under yourself. And then to have a fulfilling life with a woman, you also have to pay attention on her. A woman is a very expensive luxury. A lot of liberal men in the big cities who end up living with women and marrying them, then spend more time playing games and bitching about their women than actually paying attention to them. Like everything else good, sex and relationship with women is not a natural thing. It needs to be learned by a man, except there's no one to teach you but yourself. You can't go to a sex class and learn how to have sex. You know what? They have plenty of those sex workshops and sex classes, and the whole idea is ridiculous. Sex is art. And the more you do it, the more you think about it, the more you practice it, the better you become at it. So those men who complain that their wives don't want to have sex with them, it's real simple. Either you picked the wrong woman, or you're doing something wrong with her. You're not compatible with her. In a free society, if you believe that the government and somebody else is responsible for your happiness, you're doomed to be unhappy. That includes your very intimate life. And I have a feeling that for many generations now, liberal men believe that the happiness is owed to them by somebody else. You know something, gents, and I'm using the word loosely, you have to make your own life happy on your own terms. You have to earn your own money. You have to use your noodle if you decide to have a long-term relationship with a woman and pick the woman that's compatible to you, that has the same ideas. Picking one up at a bar and thinking she's going to make a good wife is unreasonable. Going into the liberal enclaves like public universities and liberal cities, you're not going to find a woman that's a good wife material. You have to look elsewhere. And I'm not going to give you a suggestion. I'm not in business of suggestion. You just be a man and you have to make your own happiness. Many liberal men think that marrying a woman and having her go to work so she can pay half the bills somehow is okay. Well, guess what, gents? That woman ain't loyal to you. She's loyal to her boss. And this is why when she divorces you, she walks all over you, because she's got no respect for you. If you're a breadwinner, if you take responsibility for your family, if you take responsibility for the happiness of your family, of your woman and your children, and think of your own happiness as a residue of that, this is the actual traditional role of a man, and that's how we men existed since we were created. I'm not sure where liberals come off think that they can change that very innate quality that men have, that very innate rules of engagement that we men have with women in the last 100 years. Somehow, for hundreds of thousands of years, we men took responsibility for the happiness of our wives and our children, and that's how we derived our happiness, knowing that we are providers, protectors, and the authority in our family. All of a sudden, in the last 100 years, the government is in charge of that, and women are somehow are totally the same as men. Gender is fluid. Where is that comporting to any scientific data that we have? The point that I'm making is the MGTOW, in my view, is just another psyop operation of the hard left with express goal to break up the idea of one woman, one man family, where the man is a head of the household and the woman runs the family. That's how it was always, and that's how people are happy. Casual sex that's being pushed by popular media actually causes many psychological disorders, especially in women. Men too, but especially in women. We, as a species, if you wish to look at us, are not designed to have casual sex. We simply are not. And those MGTOWs that keep on chasing casual sex and keep on getting unhappier and unhappier and driven into porn and using masturbation devices made out of silicone that look like women, thinking that it's the same thing as having a woman in your life, is delusional at best and schizophrenic at the worst. Anyways, thank you for joining me. Visit my website, wildnews.us. I appreciate any and all comments. Bye-bye.